Thank you for staying. Now, on to our first story. The National Disaster Management Organization says the number of people affected by a storm surge that devastated the coastline of the Volta region could increase as its preliminary investigations reveal more than 200 homes were destroyed with close to 4,000 people displaced. Deputy Director General of NADMO, Saji Amedonu, who led a delegation to begin the distribution of relief items, says NADMO personnel are still gathering data to reveal the level of devastation. We'll be hearing from Mr. Saji shortly, but first, let's take you to Fuveme, where my colleague Maxwell Agboba joins us live with some updates. Maxwell, good to connect with you. Now, what's the situation at Fuveme currently?
Benjamin, as you rightly mentioned, we are in Fuveme in the Anglo district. What we've seen here is beyond what we saw in the Keta South district. But Fuveme is one of the coastal communities in the Anglo district facing, the threat of extinction. This community, about half of it is currently submerged. Part of it is under this ocean as I speak to you. And last weekend's tidal waves seem to have aggravated the situation here for residents. Now, what you see behind me is a tree that was actually uprooted by the strong tidal waves. And a lot of buildings, a lot of structures here are also affected. The people I've been speaking to, the residents I've been speaking to, tell me that Sunday's incident is one that they've never seen since they relocated to this place here at Fuveme. So these structures you can see behind me, many of them are destroyed. And they tell me that this actually happened on Sunday. They'll be giving me details on how exactly it happened. These children here, we are told, did not go to school today because their school building, their second school building, has collapsed. And as it stands now, they do not have any school infrastructure where they'll go to learn. I'll be speaking to them also shortly. But let's hear from the residents, the people who live here. Let's hear from them how this happened and how they are coping. So what's your name?
My name is Knowledge Wisdom Deonu.
Okay. Tell me, how did all of this happen?
This happened by the tidal waves coming from the sea. This happened by the tidal waves coming from the sea. It has fallen down all these buildings. So the people in the houses, they don't have no place to sleep, and they don't have no place to go to. Because if this is happening, we don't go to work. Yeah. So we are no more going to work. We are fishermen in the community. So we depend on fishing for our daily bread. So these tidal waves, we are no more going to the fishing, so we don't get food to eat. We don't get no place to sleep. We are suffering. And we are appealing for the government of Ghana to come and help us, because we are all citizens of Ghana. Yeah. Therefore, we are pleading for the Minister for Western Housing to come and see the problem we are facing here as a Ghanaian, because we are all Ghanaian. We are suffering a lot. So we need their assistance to come and help us. Okay. We are suffering a lot. If night comes, we are not sleeping because of the tidal waves. If it swash down, it makes boom. So you will not sleep. We are suffering. A lot of people are suffering. We don't have any place to sleep. So if night comes, you just sit on your seat and be waiting till the day comes. So this is the problem we are facing now. Okay. This issue is very serious than any issue.
So where we are in the buildings here, because I can see...
Yeah, this is the building here. This is the building. This one has fallen down with the slate. Yeah, these are the pieces of the slate over there.
Okay.
It has fallen down by the tidal waves, and the person indeed, they don't have no place to sleep. He has nobody. He has no place to lie himself. Yeah. So we are suffering a lot in the village, and okay. This disaster is happening for a long time. Firstly, it happens in 2016. 2016, there is a school over there, and the school has relocated and rebuilt over there, and now the school too has fallen down. 3 unit classroom block has been fallen down by tidal waves or coming from the sea. That is the flood. So it fall down the 3 classroom block. The children in the community, the Fuveme community, are no more going to school because of the tidal waves. So we are suffering. So these are the pieces of so we are appealing for the government. This thing was happening when I was a child in 1998. Tidal waves coming from the is destroying the people of Fuveme.
Okay, so this is what is happening here. So these are books.
Yes, these are the books.
These are books for your children, and
it has been destroyed.
We can go. Everything has been destroyed.
We shall go back to Maxwell Agbagba, but right now let's take you back to NADMO, which began the distribution of relief items to victims last night. Maxwell Agbagba has more in this report.
This is Kejikope in the Keta municipality. What you're seeing behind me is a sunny day flooding. This flooding was not caused by the rain, and after 48 hours, after high tides pounded communities along the coastline of the Volta region, some of these flooded areas have not dried up. And what we can see right now are personnel of the National Disaster Management Organization moving to some of these affected people to distribute relief items. We have the Deputy Director General of the National Disaster Management Organization leading the delegation to visit these communities to distribute relief items.
We have some soap, we have rice, we have some bowls, we have mosquito coil in there, and we have some mattresses. So these are but a few of the items to bring some relief in the interim. The assessment is still going on, and other reliefs will also follow. Churches and other organizations to also come and support the victims. Government is doing its part through NADMO providing these reliefs. But we also call on other well-meaning Ghanaians who also want to help the people here to come and also support.
I have this woman here with me. They live in the community center. I'm here at Kejikope, and this is where they've been living for days now. Let's interact with them. Come closer. What's your name?
Grace. My junior brothers, the way they have been going to school, they have been walking through flood. That's not good. It affects us so much.
Your house, tell us, what has become of your house right now?
Oh, it's flooding, and we can't find place to sleep to. So we can't get place to pack our things.
So where have you been sleeping? You've been sleeping in the community center now?
Yes.
And is that place comfortable?
No, it's not comfortable. Mosquito is around, and we don't have bed to sleep. And six of them have been sleeping under one mosquito net, and it is not. We are not feeling comfortable with it.
How long have you been living in the community center with your handsome baby?
3 days today.
3 days today.
Yeah.
Look, so your baby also sleeps in the
community center.
In the community center. How many of you sleep there?
We are 4 in one net.
4 in one net.
Yeah.
And all of you sleep in one room.
One room.
In one mosquito net.
Yes. Very, very flooded because you can't even close our door. Because the water is full in the room, so you can't close the door. Everything is all over the house is flooded. So we can't find a place to work in the house.
You've seen the relief items that have been brought to you. How is this going to help you?
To help us for some times. It cannot help us to that extent, but it will help us for some times.
He wants to touch the microphone. I'm sure he wants to be a journalist.
Thank you.
Oh, he will not let go of me. How long? Well, she says she's also badly affected by the tidal flooding here, to the extent that she's unable to go to her room. This is the community center here at Kejikope. This is what is serving as the new home for some of the residents in the Keta municipality who have been displaced. On my left-hand side, you can see these children just finished eating, and I'm told that they got some food from some benevolent person, some good Samaritans who brought them some rice from the Emancipation Beach Resort, and that is what they sat on the floor to eat. In fact, where they are sitting is not too far from the flooded area. Many of the people here, women especially, had to prepare dinner here. This is where they prepared supper. And you can see the coal pots there in the background. You can see the cooking utensils also. Some of them are finished eating, and this one is actually preparing jollof. Yes, and that is what they'll be eating this evening. When they're done, this is their new home. I have with me here the assembly member for the Keji Copper electoral area. Now let's get inside and speak to the assembly member for the Keji Copper electoral area. Let's give you a sense, an idea of what this place looks like. And this is the community center, and this is where I'm told 15 families, 15 families, 10 families, 15 families I'm told sleep. Not really completed, but this is where they're sleeping, and this is the water they've been using. You can see the water in the basin. So the women and children sleep here in this community center. And in fact, that is the only bulb here in this community center. In fact, let's take a look at what is also here. So women and children sleep here, and these are some of the relief items that they got earlier today. These are the relief items you got today.
Yeah, these are some of the relief items we got today from NADMO. Yeah. Earlier, around this 5:30 dusk, we brought it.
And we can also see the rice, the rice, and then the cooking oil also in there. These relief items were distributed to 3 districts affected by the high tides here. Now, the 3 districts, we're talking about the Ketu South municipality, we're talking about the Keta municipality, and then we are talking about the Anglon district. We spent most of the time at Salakope, but this afternoon we learned from the NADMO deputy director that Salakope is not the hardest hit, actually. He tells us that the Keta municipality is the hardest hit. Now, so this is a place where women and children also sleep. That room I showed you is another place to sleep. So you can see that mosquito nets. A woman I spoke to earlier at the distribution ground for the relief items told me that she had 7 children and they sleep in these mosquito nets. They're waiting outside and they'll be coming. So some people sleep on this hard bench, no mattress whatsoever. This is what they sleep on. Today they got a mattress from NADMO. Hopefully, they'll have a soft bed to sleep on today. But these are all mosquito nets. Some of the women have 3 children and they sleep here with them. Most of the men actually do not sleep here in the community center. Okay, so this old man sleeps here. Okay, good evening.
Oh, mikata for me. Hi, Charemia. Emikata me va fia. Hey, me pele me unko, asemma na pele me unko. Nyameba hachachamura afia.
No, afia nyo awu afame.
Fia nyo wa fama. Voche la fame kaka. Hey, me ba girl ko viji ko.
Okay. Well, he says their homes are still flooded, and this place is a better alternative to their home. And so they feel better staying here than being in their homes because their homes are still flooded. So, what's happening here? What's here? What?
Somebody and his husband, he's here.
Wait, somebody and his husband sleep here? Let me see. So how many children sleep here? So a man and a wife.
Woman and one of their grandchild.
One of their grandchild. Yeah. And they sleep in this small room.
Yes.
And I'm sure you gave them this room because, I mean, it's a man and a wife. Well done.
You need to give them some little comfort.
Yeah, little comfort and some kind of privacy. Okay. So, there's another one here.
Husband and wife.
Husband and wife.
And wife and children, and there are 4 children.
And about how many children?
4 children, so there were 6 in here.
Okay, so let's have a look.
And this where they are sleeping.
And this is where they sleep.
And this is where they are cooking.
Okay.
This is where they cook.
Where do they cook? I don't want to step on the bed.
Oh, no, don't worry.
So this is where they cook? Okay, so there's still some cooking going on here. Hi. I spoke to you earlier when we were distributing the relief items. You cooking for your mother?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, what's the situation here like?
Mosquito is around, but the place is not comfortable for us.
The place is not comfortable. I've been in there for like 5 minutes and I'm sweating. You can see beads of sweat all over my forehead. It's so hot in there. How do you manage to sleep?
Oh, just like that. You use mosquito net to sleep and use the net and the bed. That's all.
And where do you bath?
In the house.
In the house. Okay, you go home to go and bath.
In the water?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, so Ernest, that is the situation here. But before I hand over to you, Ernest, let me find out from the assembly member. You've seen the conditions here.
Yeah.
Clearly not the best for the residents, but many of them say they are enjoying it because this is better than their homes, which is, currently flooded. What do you make of this place, this community center?
I appreciate the former MP, Honorable Richard Kwashiga, for giving us this facility in the first place, because it is the only safe haven we have now. Had it not been that we have this building of this facility here, it means our people wouldn't have a place to sleep. Then maybe they have to sleep on top of my roof. Anyway, they are not in the best of the conditions. But we are grateful for the relief items brought in today by NADMO, through the efforts of myself, the MP and the MC, and all other stakeholders involved. So at least for now, they have, especially the people living in the community center, they have been given some rice, oil. So
we've seen all of that, but finally tell us about the extent of devastation caused to KG Copper. Tell us, what is the extent of damage caused?
Let me say, upon my check, even according to my book, the research we made right now, we are having about 101 just for, now we have about 101 houses we've captured, not households, just the houses. And then checking the household, we are getting, since the fishing community, about 7 to 5. The least we got was like 5, except the person is single, before you know that he's living alone. But homes are flooded. They can't sleep in there. I'm even surprised some are saying they are bathing in the water there. Again, people's businesses. Some of them are piggery. About 50 pigs. They can't find some of them.
Some of the pigs have been washed away.
Duck, poultry of duck, and then fowl have been all displaced. Some have drowned in the water. Some people have vegetable farms along the belt of the coast, also washed away. So a lot of people are stranded.
So finally, do you think the relief items that you got today enough for them?
No. Hopefully inadequate, but half a loaf is said to be better than none. So we appreciate the little we have, but we pray benevolent individuals, stakeholders who should come to our aid. And we need more food, especially in shelter where we can get tent. If you can get some tent, because we have a reclaimed land, you can relocate some of them to the reclaimed land temporarily till the water goes back. Then maybe they can come, because their ovens, their fish smoking ovens are all drowned. So they can't smoke fish, they can't do anything. So they can't do anything.
Source of livelihood gone.
It's gone. They can't do anything business. Today they cast the net, they have to go and pick the net back, because dragging it, the sea was washing it away. So since their energy is not enough to pull it, they have to pick it out and land it back.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, Ernest, so heartbreaking things we've seen here at the KG Copper Community Center, but at least there's still some silver lining in the thick cloud that we're seeing here. People are still able to smile, because at Salakope in the Ketu South municipality, there were no smiles. It was all tears. Since morning when we were there. But the people here, although conditions not the best, they seem to be a bit okay.